It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
On the ready.
Mike 50. Check pass. Check pass. Watch the safety creep. Safe. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Go.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Broncos first down.
We go.
First and 10.
15-1.
From midfield, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Ready.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Go.
Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Here we go. Let's bring it.
To throw it is Locke. Throwing right, and that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Block now to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's McKenzie. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
On 2nd and 7, Locke looking left side, and he's got him there. It's McKenzie, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. In for the score, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the run, it's Peyton. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down now, it's Evans, and he powers his way up past the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 5-yard pickup on the play, and it's 3rd down.
Ready, break.
56. Mike's 56.
Go. Hey, box truck.
Check safety.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rudolph. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Isaac Yianum in there to pick it, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
You're out. Under General West. Let's go.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. That'll be caught by Cup. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Matchbox lights. Shoot.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Eat. All day, just like that. Just like that.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
He's checking.
Snap.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lock. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line.
1st and 10.
Lock now. Already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Do.
Protein spill.
Switch. Kill.
Keep gripping.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Jim.
80 weapon. Let's go.
2nd and 5 now. Lock. He'll find Lindsey here. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Set. 90 Wolf.
Hey,
Get it.
Now Lock. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Running it here with Peyton. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Dillon trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
30 base. Look at me. Go.
From the 50, it's Rudolph. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Von Miller in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter. Let's go.
Now a carry for Lindsey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lock. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Blue draw quarter.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Go. Go. Mike 50.
Hey, Alpha.
Here we go.
Now.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Lock now. After the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Check 50. Check 50.
Shoot, shoot, shoot. Check. Crunch. Crunch.
Lead grip. Lead grip.
Now it's Lindsey. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Get you all.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Hey, zoom.
2nd and 5 now. Lock. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Aaron Donald. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Ready, set.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Rudolph. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56.
Rudolph on 3rd down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
Set. And over.
First down.
first down. Rudolph. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Rudolph looking to throw it. He gets this one to Johnson. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's a gain of 10 and a Steeler first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
X3, 218, jump.
Rudolph going to throw again. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time. Now a gain of 20 here.
Here we go, here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up.
Again, it's Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Watch the twins. Just
6-6, pull it high.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Go.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Big hit.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Boswell's kick is good. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hard.
Switch.
Hey, exit.
Mike 56, Mike.
Get it.
Rudolph looking to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Down. 8, read.
Check 56. All day. All day.
Jump 61. Matchbox lights. Ready.
Rudolph now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run here with Lindsey. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 31, Locke, and he fires one that's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
After the interception, here's Rudolph. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Watch the shot.
Bravo.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run now with Peyton, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Go on. 80 weapons. Shoot.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. Washington's got it. And they'll get this down to the 10. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Looking to throw. Monroe. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Rudolph. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bradley Chubb. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
And on 2nd and goal, they decide to throw it again, and this result is even worse. They take a sack. On 1st down, it was simply an incomplete pass. Not a good first 2 plays, beginning with 1st and goal.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check, check. Fred down, Fred down. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Slant.
Say go.
3rd and long, it's Rudolph. And he's going to go down again. Timmy Jernigan providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Boswell's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the inline, so it'll come out to the 25.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Get it.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Watch in your five. In your face.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, orbit. Bam, bam. Ready.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lock. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, Haywood.
Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh?
Get in the way.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They'll get this one to Cobb, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Ready? 8, read.
Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
Rock it.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Go on.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey, and he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. Welcome back now to Denver. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter play.
Mike 50.
Check the out, check the out, check the out.
Throwing on 2nd down. Lock. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Bud Dupree gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Hey, Delta. Now.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bud Dupree picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A 65-yard attempt.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So you had to figure that sooner or later someone was going to top Matt Prater's record of 64, and officially this one will go in the record books at 65.
You saw him lining up for this, and you just thought to yourself, you know, he could make this. And sure enough, to be here to see it, that's pretty darn awesome.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Rudolph. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Pilot, 64, weak. Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Rudolph. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. Rudolph. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Rudolph. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Now it's Rudolph. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On fourth down, Rudolph going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5.
X3, 218, chop it.
Watch it. Check. Lucky.
Look at me, zipper. 10. Now.
A give, running right, Lindsey. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
6-6, pull it high.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Lock, the linebacker, T.J. Watt there on the coverage.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Mike's 50. Watch QB.
3rd and 2, Lock's going to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's McKenzie. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
General West, get it.
They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Cameron Hayward on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Third and 10. Expect a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Sam off.
Rudolph looking to throw it. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Back to throw, Rudolph. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. He'll drop to throw. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. That'll bring up second down. Back to the air, Rudolph. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Rudolph. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least 1 play. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well,